The news, good evening. VJ Construction Company has brought a petition before the Constitutional Court against the judgment of the Supreme Court delivered on the 30th of June 2020. This was to execute a previous court order for the company to pay the sum of 20 million euros to Eastern European Engineering Limited, EEEL, a Russian company.
This is in relation to a dispute between both parties regarding the construction of the Savoy Hotel at Beauvallon, which was contracted to VJ Construction Company in 2011 by the Russian company Eastern European Engineering Limited, EEEL, and which had been before several courts, both locally and internationally, during the past 8 years. Supreme Court Judge Ellen Carolus was upholding the order given by a UK court. VJ Construction Company has brought the petition before the Constitutional Court under Article 19(7) of the country's constitution on fair trial. Its lawyer, Bernard Georges, said that when taking the decision, Judge Carolus took into consideration the New York Convention, which was not a point of argument in the case. And always in relation to the case, this afternoon, EEL presented a request before the Supreme Court seeking an order to seize bank accounts of VJ Construction Company, which had been frozen by order of the court about a month ago. The company lost its appeal on the stay of execution for the payment of the 20 million euros to EEEL last Friday.
The Public Utilities Corporation, PUC, is in the process of decommissioning the old electricity substation at Anse-Boileau to make way for the construction of a new 33 kV substation. If all goes well, the new and modern substation will become operational by mid-2021. The south and west regions of Mahé, which were fed by the Anse-Boileau substation, are now connected to two new 33 kV substations at Turtle Bay, Au Cap, and Ansoyala. The new substations are part of the 33 kV transmission project to South Mahé, which links Victoria to South Mahé via underground cables. The project has been going on for the past 3 years at a cost of $33 million, which is being financed through a loan from Badea and the Saudi Fund.
This station has been in existence for the last 40 years. It has served almost the entire South Mahé. And we have now come to the point where we need to decommission it, to demolish the station and rebuild a new one. It used to be a very important substation, and demolishing it, obviously, people would ask what is happening. And we feel that it's befitting that we explain it to the public, reassuring them that what we're doing here is to make something better and more reliable to serve them in the years to come. We expect the work for reconstruction to start as soon as possible, and hopefully before mid next year we'll be able to commission that station. Obviously, this is depending on how much restriction is removed on those people coming in from overseas to look after the substation, installation of equipment and so on. But we need, as part of our responsibility under the project, we need to hand over this substation to the contractor so that they can start their planning to rebuild it.
Fishermen working on EU tuna vessels who are receiving less pay than they should have said that the SFA has stopped payment for the adjustment to their salaries to make it in line with the minimum wage. The Seychelles Fishing Authority, for its part, has said that payment for those fishermen has never stopped and that work continues to pay them their dues. According to the SFA, this money has been set aside for payment, and its CEO, Nicole Elizabeth, says some fishermen have not been paid yet because some of their documents are missing.
We're pretty surprised to have heard on TV today in the news that SFA has stopped making payments to the seamen as agreed. We've never put a position like that out. Payment continues. As of this week, we continue to make payment. We made 7 payments yesterday. We continue to engage the seamen SFA has never run out of money. The commitment was there, was made. The money is put on the side for this exercise. We've paid a lot of seamen so far. We have even paid the seamen, deceased seamen, the family. There are some seamen without proper paperwork, no documentation to back it up. This is the difficult part. Otherwise, pre-2005, we've paid the majority of the seamen. 2014 to 2020, we have paid the majority of the seamen. Yes, there are some seamen without proper documentation or lacking of, but this is okay. We are continuing to work with them. The middle part, which is 2005, 2014, we are in the process of completing the reconciliation with the European Union. The ministry is taking care of that. SFA has provided the data. Once the negotiation is done, SFA is ready to disperse the funds.
The Minister of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Ports and Marine, Didier Douglé, says that everything is going well since the reopening of the airport. During a high-level meeting this morning, chaired by President Danifort, the partners discussed on developments relating to the arrival of visitors from the special status countries. These visitors have been arriving in the country since the 1st of October. So far, there has been improvement at the airport with more equipment in space, limiting the amount of time visitors spend at the airport. Over 50 hotels have been certified to receive these Category 2 visitors. Minister Douglé says that in the meantime, the STB is working closely with its partners to attract more visitors, and this includes securing more direct flights from Europe. A group of 25 teachers participated in a blood donation activity this morning as part of activities for Teachers Week. They came from primary, secondary and post-secondary educational institutions around the country in an activity which lasted for a couple of hours. The officer responsible for the blood transfusion center, Elizabeth Banda, said the blood donation would, for the time being, alleviate the shortage in the blood bank. Mrs. Banda said there were only 20 units of blood in the bank that could preserve up to 400 to 500 units. She added that the shortage was affecting the treatment of patients in need of blood transfusion.
When I have a patient, that's when I can call relatives to come. We don't have situations where people just are willing to just come. Those cases are very rare. And even them, even if they are there, they are very few. And you really have to call them to come and give blood. We have about 3 patients right now, who are especially the leukemia patients, who needs blood, 6 units every after chemotherapy, or before they undergo chemotherapy, they have to be transfused 6 units at once, which we don't have. So we end up every time postponing cases, which is not helping our patients at all. And like now, just this morning, before you came, there are 2 of them that needs blood. We had to negotiate with the doctor to find a way that if she can assess the 2 of them, we see which one requires the blood, because the common blood that we are having in Seychelles is blood group A and blood group O, and we have very few donors who are coming through. So otherwise, the situation is not very good at the moment.
And with this, we end this news summary. Thank you for watching. Have a very pleasant evening.